Welcome to one more episode of the Digital Transformation Show. We are very happy to have Sarah Leander Persson coming all the way from Copenhagen to meet us here at the Dome of Vision in Aarhus today. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you, Estefania.
Thank you so much for taking such a trip today. The weather is not as nice as we would like to, but it was nice to have you here.
Very nice to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Let's go straight into what your company does. You're the CEO of a company called PREZENTOR.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And it's a company that works with sales enablement or sales tech. To begin with, what can we tell our audience about your company? What does it do?
That's a good question. So we're a sales and presentation platform. So basically what we do is that we facilitate the sales situation for the actual sales rep, making sure that all the sales material that he or she needs in the meeting with the customer is easily available in an app, on their iPhone, on their iPad, or on their computer. And at the same time, we make it really easy for marketing, who actually create all the sales content, to create it in one place, make it interactive, to optimize the customer dialogue, and then push it out to the sales reps, so that the sales reps meeting the customer are always prepared, they always have the latest material, they know that they're always up to date and giving the best possible customer experience.
So we could say that it's basically a software
Yeah.
that helps people track almost on time what's going on with their sales, and they have some real up-to-date statistics about it.
Exactly.
So they can actually visualize it and present it in a more understandable way.
Yeah.
That's right. That's nice. So basically, you sent me some nice statistics before you came here, and one of them was about how big the sales enablement and sales tech industry is, and it's right now valued in around $1 billion
Yeah.
as an industry, and it's expected to grow to $3 billion in the next 2 to 3 years. Why do you think the growth of this industry is expected to be so great?
Well, I think there's multiple factors influencing it. One is that if you look at the marketing process and the digitalization of marketing, it's exploded over the past 10 years, and even before that it started already in the mid-2000s. And we basically have technology to connect with the customer and to provide information and track the customer from the very beginning of the sales funnel until you meet with him or her. That's where it stops. So we have a lot of technology supporting in the beginning of the sales funnel, in the marketing funnel, but when we actually engage with the customer on a more personal level, it stops. And this is where customers or where companies now realize that it's not enough to use the same old PowerPoint or the same old product catalog even as they did back in the 1990s. They must, in order to stay competitive, present themselves in a really up-to-date way, in a digital way. And also that everyone's super busy today. We're overloaded with information, and looking at it from a buyer perspective, the B2B buyer today does 67% of their buyer journey or the research online before they even talk to a sales rep. This of course puts a whole different pressure on a salesperson today to meet the customer where they are in their mind, because sometimes they even know more about what they want to buy than the seller, him or herself. And that in turn puts pressure on the material being presented and the way you present to your customer. Because if you traditionally have your PowerPoint, which is 15 slides, you updated it the night before, you have no idea, you think you have an idea of what the customer wants to talk about, but in the meeting it turns out that the customer has researched something else and want to talk about that. Then you as a salesperson need to jump along with that and be where the customer is. And with our platform, you always have everything that you need in one place. And because it's interactive and digital, you can just jump over there. making sure that you optimize the sales situation.
Okay, that sounds great. I would like to know more about the actual practicalities of the platform, but before I go into that topic, there are two things that you mentioned that I find quite interesting. One of them has to be with the data and the amount of data that we're gathering right now in nowadays digital world, and how we can use that to our favor. And the other one, it's about the customer journey and this customer journey process that and concept that has gathered a lot of strength the past few years. So let's start with the data. Why do you think that it's so important now for sales departments and marketing departments to have the most up-to-date, accurate data possible?
Well, it's actually quite simple. It's in order to stay competitive. Because if you don't actually analyze your customers, know your customers, and have data on what's being shown to your potential customers, what does the customer actually look at once it's being sent, and then analyze on that, then you're operating in a black hole. You're blind. Where your competitors potentially can see. That's why it's so important to actually get tracking on these things and analyze on the data that you get. There wasn't a good enough tool out there to help with the dialogue together with the customer. At the same time as there was a frustration over not knowing what the customer looked at once they had received material, so after the sales meeting, to know when to follow up and when not to disturb, or when, like, finding that moment when the customer is actually ready to talk to you, not when you are ready to talk to the customer, because of course you're ready to talk any day, but it needs to be when he or she is ready. And that's actually why PREZENTOR was developed to begin with. And then it's been a huge learning journey for us, and also figuring out, okay, where exactly is it that we provide value, and where in the customer journey is there the most need from marketing and from the sales side to get this data and get the statistics and get the transparency.
So you can say that PREZENTOR was essentially born being customer-centered.
Yeah,
excellent.
Definitely.
When you open your PREZENTOR account or you get the software, what are you going to find there? How are you going to start to use this platform?
Well, first of all, it's super easy to get started. You sign up on our website and you're automatically directed into our backend. That's where you can gather your existing content or start building interactive presentations in the PREZENTOR editor. And we provide some templates for you and some inspiration for how you can easily get started with this new way of working. There's pre-made templates for return on investment calculators or cost calculators that you can easily adapt to your own sales situation.
Okay, so it goes beyond the actual aesthetics of the way you present the information, but also to the way it's analyzed. So you actually provide graphics, templates with graphics and with visualizations that reflect on the data of the companies.
Just go on our website and sign up for a free trial. We have 14 days free trial to our full platform. There you have all the bells and whistles. After the 14 days, if you don't choose to upgrade, you can just continue using our platform on a freemium actually. And once you feel that you're ready and you want the value of our tracking and the data-driven aspects, then you upgrade to a starter package. It's 19 euros per person per month. And then once you get a little bit more professional, you get warm in your clothes, you take a professional for 36 euros per person per month. And then we also have an expert for our mainly our enterprise customers, and that's also integration to Salesforce, integration to Microsoft Dynamics, integration to Sugar CRM, customized reports, and other features that are really valuable once you're a more advanced user.
Okay, thank you, Sarah.